I was born and raised in one of the most notoriously abusive cults in the world. I survived that for the first 20 years of my life. Now I not only fight back as an advocate and training law enforcement, I also educate the public on what to look for and how to be part of the solution. Here's what I've learned. Most people are too afraid to call out corruption, and that's why corrupt people are thriving. That's why bad guys are getting away with doing bad things to children. That's one of many reasons. Corruption is what protects, supports, funds, enables this whole issue, right? Like, we have to pick one of two things. Is the child trafficking epidemic that's thriving in America, is it the fastest growing, the second largest, generating at least $76 billion every single year in the United States? Is that intentional or is that incompetence? Because either way, that's unacceptable, right? We have to accept there are people evil and psychotic enough to allow this to continue. But there's also a lot of people that are willing to look the other way, and they might justify that whether or not they're getting paid or compensated, right? They might justify that they're not a part of the abuse, but I'm here to say the quiet part out loud, right? Whether you know of corruption that you're not calling out, or whether you're part of an organization that you know is corrupt, or maybe just the founder or the leader or whatever it is, if you know of corruption and you're not calling it out, let me add another layer to that. If children are being harmed because of corruption or bad people that you know about, and you're too cowardly to call that out, I'm saying this in general, and I'm also saying this to many people that I know personally, who know me personally, and who know of bad guys doing bad things to children under the guise of pretending to actually combat child trafficking and exploitation. But those people seem really silent, right? Like, I'm not here on the front lines calling out a lot of corruption, and for sure I've gotten a lot of backlash. A lot of people have been watching from behind the scenes. Some of those people were even like, maybe they quietly left, or they were even fired from these corrupt organizations. But why are so many people too cowardly to do what's right? Like, in general, right? I think we need that today, in today's world. Why are so many grown-ass adults so afraid to speak truth? And then let's add another layer to that. Since when did talking about protecting kids become controversial? And since when are we afraid to call out grown-ass adults who are hurting children? I have a hard time understanding why anyone thinks they might be on the right side of history, or that fear is a justifiable reason to stay silent. So for sure, if you know who you are, because I know who you are, and you're watching this and you feel convicted, cool. It's time to pick a side, because here's how this works. Silence is compliance. And especially if you're one of those who know too much, like you manage the finances, or like you know what, you're going to have to pick a side, because I've given you the opportunity to speak out. And if you don't, I'm not saying you have to come on my videos or like come comment